Computer. Hi
Alrighty.
everyone, it's Agnes and welcome to another interview. Today we have Monique. She's from Virginia, USA, and some of you will already know her face, some bits of her story from the Q&As. And today I've invited her to come and chat with me because we're going to talk about what we always talk about, manifesting, law of attraction, Neville, specific person, whatever. We never plan these things. It's just we start and we see where it goes. So, hi, Monique.
Hey, Agnes, how you doing? Hi, everybody. This is a blessing, to talk with you, Agnes. and it's a blessing to have everyone listen to my success story, my specific person success story. So here I am.
Beautiful. I didn't know you were actually going to share that specifically, so that's great. Well, I'm going to give you the floor and go for it.
All right. Well, first I want to talk about is how I first got into law of attraction. I remember I was at home. I believe it was back in 2011. I saw it online. It's called The Secret, by Rhonda Byrne. And I was looking at, all these, success stories, on her website. And I was like, okay, this is really good. So I, did more research, about the law of attraction. And I mean, I was just blown away, all these success stories, people, apply law of attraction. And then I really didn't get to apply, law of attraction until I got to read her book, The Secret. I got it from the library. Thank God that, it was there, at the library, because I had my aunt, take me there, and I got the book, and I, came on home and read it. And I think I read it for about 3 or 4 days, because I read about 10 pages a night. And when I read all of these, law of attraction coaches, and, I know people mention, about Neville Goddard and, other people that, the first people that did law of attraction. And I also, read this woman, it keeps saying thank you for her healing, because she was battling with breast cancer. And she said she keeps saying it, thank you for her healing every day. And when she went to the doctor's office, they said that they didn't find no cancer cells, on her breast. So she didn't have no radiation treatment, nothing. Like, she really, healed herself. And I feel like, that story, from The Secret book, just blown away. So in 2013, my mom, had a little scare. She was bleeding a lot. So my sister and I decided to take her to the gynecologist. And the gynecologist found 2 polyps, from her uterus. And about a couple of days later, that they said that she has, I forgot what it's called, some, carcinoma, in her uterus, like it's cancerous. So I was a little bit worried at first, but then I decided, you know what, I'm gonna let this go, and let God, heal her. And the gynecologist suggested to her to go see an oncology doctor. So the oncology doctor decided to do a biopsy on my mom. And what I did was I decided to give it a try on law of attraction. So I was in my room. I visualized, the oncology doctor telling her that we got the results. They found, no cancer, in her uterus, no cancer cells. And a couple of days later, after my mom had her biopsy, the doctor said it just the way I imagined. They told my mom that she doesn't have no cancer cells in her uterus. So I was saying to myself, like, wow, this, really works. It's actually, for my first time, applying, law of attraction. I was like, okay, this is, really cool. So I was like, I'm, decided, apply for things that I want to, desire, for the rest of my life.
Monique, how long ago was that with your mom? How many years ago?
She had it. It was back in 2013.
Okay.
That's when it happened, in 2013. Because I remember, because it was the year before my mom, had, her heart bypass surgery. That's how, it happened. And that's when I got, first into law of attraction. So, yeah. So my mom's doing great. She's good, she's, even happy that, she had no cancer cells, from her uterus. So she was pretty scared at first, but I was too. And then I like, you know what? I'm going to try this, the law of attraction. So I sat down, I visualized, I was in the, clear place in my mind, and I'm like, okay, I did it. I really did it. So that was it. That was my first time I did law of attraction.
And did you tell her, Monique?
No, I didn't.
No, and you don't need to. You don't need to.
No. I really didn't even tell her, how I did it. I just, I basically, I just prayed for her, and then I also did law of attraction. I also, prayed on it, and thank God that, my prayers answered.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, that was basically it. And the first time, I'm going to talk about my first time I met my Pacific person, AKA twin hubby. Yeah. That's what I call twin hubby, because he's also my twin flame, Anthony. I met him in high school, in 9th grade in 1998. And that was our freshman year that we started in high school. And when I saw him, I saw him in the hallway, and he just, he came up to me, just to say hi. And I was just looking all up and down like, okay, I'm like, he's cute, he's tall. He had, glasses on. He had on cute glasses that he had at the time. And of course, yes, I was checking him out. So he checked me out, also. And we have been, very good, best friends. We talk about, just anything. He was one of my, really good best friends that I can, tell him, about anything. And he felt the same way about me. And actually, I was the only, real friend, that he'd had at the time, because he really didn't have any friends. He really didn't. And he thought that, that I was, very nice, sweet person, to make friends with him. And he used to see me, out there walking in the hallway, or I remember he told me that he used to see me walking from school to my house, because I was living in an apartment with my mom and my sister at the time. And it didn't took me that long to get to school, because it was about 5 minutes away from my house. So it don't took me that long to get to school and to go home. And we graduated from high school in 2002. We graduated, and I haven't seen or hear from Anthony again until I had found him on Facebook in February of 2012, 10 years later.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah. So I was, I was so, happy, to found him, because I did thought about him, as the years go by. And that's when I'm like, there he is, I sent him a friend request on Facebook, and he requested me. He accepted my request, my friend request, about 2 weeks later, after I requested him on Facebook. And he emailed me back, and he told me that he's like, wow, he like, there you are. He said he was so happy to see me too when we were chatting on Facebook.
Can I ask you what happened after, because you were really good friends?
Yeah.
What happened in the 10 years? Like, if you were good friends, what happened? Did you work in different areas of the country, or how did you lose touch?
Well, after high school, I mean, I just haven't heard from him or see him, again after we had graduated. Because he even, explained, why, he left the area. He left our hometown. He told me he was living in Texas with his older brother at the time, in Garland, Texas, I believe it was. That's where his older brother lives. And that's when he told me, that's where he was, all this time. But we were chatting on Facebook, after we saw each other again on there. Okay. And then, we were chatting, and he said he was, he was going to come into town, to visit his parents and, the rest of his family. That we were chatting, and he said he wants to take me out to dinner, and a movie. But he, couldn't make it. He had to work at the time. So I was like, that's fine. I'm like, I'll, see him when I see him. I wasn't, sweating it. Yeah. About it. So we exchanged phone numbers, and we've been talking and texting on the phone, and that's we just got to be best friends again, like we did in high school, but this time that we're adults, we, along with that, we also get to know each other again, as adults and everything. So he's just like the same person as he was, in high school, even though, we're older, and in April of 2012, which is April 25th, 2012, my cousin on my mom's side had passed away from a heart attack in her sleep. And it was kind of pretty rough for me at the time. I told him about it, and he, he was comforting me, that, it's going to be all right, things like that. And, just keep on smiling. I know you're sad right now, but whatever it is, he just tell me, just keep on smiling. And on April 26th, 2012, that's when he told me on the phone that he loved me for the first time. And he told me that he had loved me for the longest time since high school, because he said that he was like really scared to tell me at the time because he wasn't sure that I had felt the same way about him. And I felt, feel the same way. So I told him, I loved him too. Yeah. So that's, how we got started. We would start having feelings for each other.
So can I ask you, did you do any law of attraction to get that to happen, or it kind of just happened?
It just kind of happened. I really didn't do anything, honestly. It just, happened really, like naturally. Yeah. So that's when we first got started, in a long distance relationship, because he was still living in Garland, Texas at the time. I admit it was kind of hard, not seeing him, especially because I heard a lot of people, said that it was, hard in a long distance relationship, because you were able to see them like physically, and then they were right about that. But, we make it work, we, along with texting and calling, we also get on Skype, for us to talk to each other sometimes, whenever he has time, and whatever I have time, from our busy, work schedule. And like the first, like back in we really did get to see each other, like, for the first time, like in person, until March of 2015. That's
Okay.
when we saw each other for the first time.
After 10 years.
Yeah.
Wow, that must have been amazing.
Yeah, because actually, I don't think he didn't want to tell me. I guess he wanted to surprise me. I guess I kind of pressured him, because he told me that he don't live in Texas anymore. I was like, okay. I asked him, where do you live at? So that's when he told me that he moved to Roanoke Rapids, North Carolina, because his job had transferred him from Texas to North Carolina. I was like, okay. I was very happy that he was living like close by.
How far is that from you?
From here in Virginia to North Carolina, it's about 3.5, almost 4 hours.
Oh, that's not too bad.
Yeah, because from Texas to my area in Virginia, it's about 20 to 21 hours. So it's better than, the 20 to 22 hours from Texas to here. So at least he doesn't live that far from it. I mean, so I was very happy that he told me that he lived kind of, close by, and also his daughter lives in North Carolina too. So I'm very happy for him, so that way he'll get to see her, more than he could. So, and like I said, in March of 2015, that's when we saw each other for the first time.
Okay.
And actually, he, we were very happy to see each other. And that's when we went out to the beach, spent time together at the beach. And that's when, he told me that, he got the engagement ring. Like, he already bought the ring.
Wow.
And so I did use law of attraction on that one.
Yep.
And which is the year before, which is in 2014. And I'm just going backwards, back and forth.
That's fine.
In 2014, that's when I started to apply law of attraction. I saw the story from Neville Goddard from The Law and the Promise. I saw this woman saying that she wants to manifest being engaged to, her specific person. So I saw that Neville Goddard was telling her that, imagine, of her having, the ring every night. He said, just, tell yourself that I am Miss J.E. every night. Yeah, that's the one.
I remember that story.
Yeah.
She's the one that had lots of dates, and then somebody
Mm-hmm.
moved, and of course there was no internet, no mobile phones, so no one could find anyone.
Right. So I saw that part. I was like, okay. Let me, give it a try on that one, because we were in the long distance relationship. We had mentioned about marriage and kids, so many times, because he even begged me a couple of times where he was living at Garland, Texas at the time, to come up there to live. To come up there to live with him. And I was like, okay. I told him, I'm not, moving up there with no man until I have a ring.
Yeah.
So I'm like, kind of like old school. I'm like, I'm fine, to live with a man, that after I get my engagement ring, like we close, like, being married and stuff. So he understood that, and he accepted it. And so I decided to, imagine, what the lady did from Neville Goddard's The Law and the Promise. I imagined me having the ring every night. I tell myself that I am Miss Person, because that's his last name.
Yeah.
Person. And I did that every night. And then, a year after, in 2015, he told me over the phone before he told me that he was going to be coming, in the area to our hometown to visit me, that he already bought the ring. And then I thought, to myself, I manifest, him, getting the engagement ring. So,
and the fact that he had the confidence to pick one out for you, I think that's pretty amazing.
Yeah, yes, that's what he did. Because he really didn't tell me what kind of ring.
Yeah.
At the time until last year, but anyway, because he didn't want to tell me, he like, no, it's a surprise. I'll show you, when I come down there. So he texts me on, Kick Messenger app, because we talk on there sometimes too. And he told me that he'll be coming, to visit me. And I was like, okay. So, I got ready and everything, and he came, and of course, he forgot the ring.
What?
He forgot the ring. So I was like, how the hell you forgot the ring?
Yeah.
Because he was so eager, to see me. He was so excited to see me, and he just completely forgot the ring. So at least I'm like, okay, that's fine. So
that's fair enough.
I know. So I was a little bit upset at first, but that's okay. I'll wait, whatever, next time he comes, I'm sure he'll bring the ring. Next time I just have to remind him, don't forget to bring
Don't forget the ring this time.
The ring this time. I'm like, okay. So like I said, after, he came and picked me up from my house, and we drove to, the beach. It's called Virginia Beach Oceanfront. It's about, I guess from my house to the oceanfront, it depends whether you take the interstate or the long way. But he took the interstate, and it took him that long to get there, about 20 minutes to get there to the oceanfront beach. And, it was that night, and, we were just, just talking, and, that's when, he proposed to me, in the truck, in his truck, and he just asked me just there.
Nice.
He asked me, will you marry me, my lady?
Oh, beautiful.
So I was like, yes. I like, even though I don't have the ring.
Yeah.
But he
when was this? What I like, just so we got a timeline.
Yeah. Oh, it was March of 2015. That's the date, that he proposed to me.
Okay.
I believe it was on March 5th of 2015. That was the date that he proposed to me. Mm-hmm.
Lovely. So that's about 3 years ago.
Yeah, about 3 years ago. Yep. Yeah, so I did that. I was like, wow. I manifest, the engagement ring, but I didn't tell him that. But
yeah, no.
I really didn't tell him anything about law of attraction, so I didn't do that. So then our relationship was kind of gotten to, like in a spiral, because sometimes, whatever I don't hear from him, like for a couple of days or a week or a month, sometimes I do get a little worried. I'm like, okay, what's going on?
Yeah.
And, I've been texting him and calling him and, calling him. And then, yes, I admit I was, needy. I was, got a little bit obsessed, sometimes. And, I was a hot mess. So, I did, apply for it, but then I stopped a little, with the law of attraction. So that was a huge mistake that I'm not going to do it again. And that's when our relationship kind of got into a spiral at the time, because he was going through some things, on his own. And that's when, in, I think it was August or September of 2013, that's when, he just, disappeared, I haven't, heard from him like at all. And that's when I decided to, visualize him, contacting me. I imagine of him, send me, a text message, telling me that he's sorry, that, he, he was wrong to let me go, and, he was just telling me, bit by bit, what really happened.
So, Monique, this was after the engagement. He kind of disappeared for a little while.
Well, that was before.
Before.
Yeah,
Okay.
it was before. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
that was, I lost him, for the first time. Yeah. So I think it was back in August of 2014. That's when I got an email from him on Facebook. And, and he also requested me, and he sent me a long apology letter. And he told me that he's really sorry that he haven't been contacting me and, kind of like let me go because he was going through some things, on his own. And he tells me that he thinks about me every day. And he told me that, I miss you, so much, honey bun. That's the nickname that he gave me.
Nice.
Yeah. And he just sent me like a nice, long, apology letter. So I read it because I remember I was out for a job interview at the time. And that's when I got, the request and the message from him. And I was, of course, I was very happy about that. So he told me like.
And were you imagining that? Were you?
Yeah. I imagined just the way I imagined. The long apology. He explained, why, and everything, just what was going on.
Yeah.
Just everything, that I imagined.
Lovely.
Yeah. And that's when he gave me his new cell number, for me to give him a call. And he also gave me his, username, on Skype. So, we were talking on Skype, and he apologized, and, he begged me, to please, take him back. He like, I'm going to go do better and, things like that. So we got back together, around that same year.
2014? 2014, before the engagement. Okay.
That was way before the engagement.
Yeah.
So, back to after the engagement.
Yeah.
We got through it. We got through bad stuff again, especially with his daughter. He was going through some rough times with his daughter because her and, her mom, haven't been getting along well. And, she, wasn't happy, at the house. And that's when we decided to separate it. It was in November of 2016. We decided to separate it. And well, actually, he, told me that he needs some time for himself, get himself together, especially for himself and from his daughter. And the reason why I had created this because I was, complaining about the things that, he really didn't do. So I know that I created it. What really happened. I was, mad at myself, did that. So
yeah,
that's when I, where we was, going through some problems in our relationship. That's when I found Veronica Al's, her YouTube channel.
Yeah.
So I, email her, tell her, what's going on. And that's when, she, tells me, what to do and everything. And I was looking at her videos. The first video that I saw her was how I manifest a text, because she had a manifest a text, episode. And, I applied it and it worked, and, but at the time we still, we were going through some things. So like I said, in November of 2006, 2016, in November of 2016, that's when, you know, we decided, you know, separate. I mean, we like exactly didn't even break up, but we, you know, decided to take a break, and, you know, for me to work on myself and for him to work on himself. So I did that. That's when I, you know, got into your YouTube channel. And I remember that I emailed you and I told you what's, you know, going on, and you told me, you know, the things, especially the part of this everyone you pushed out. So I didn't get the concept at first when I keep saw your video, and when you said whatever you know, complaining about, or certain things, you know, that a person didn't do, you know, like for instance, he haven't been spending time with me, you know, this and that, and that's what, you know, you get, you know, he haven't been spending time with you, he keep canceling on you, and you be wondering why, you know, he you know, been canceled, because it was like my thought in my mind was saying that I keep saying, you know, that he haven't been spending time with me, you know, this and that. So I didn't get it at first, but now I got it now.
Yeah, it takes a while, doesn't it?
Yes, it does.
It does. Even like I'm just thinking, what? When I first heard it.
Mm-hmm, yeah. So, but I didn't know that it came from Neville Goddard.
Yeah.
So, excuse me. Drinking my water.
Yeah, go for it. Actually, while you're drinking, I'm going to I'll put down in the description for people the law and the promise, because
the law of the promise
that you're referring to is really, really great if people want to connect with a specific person. It's a wonderful story to read. So I'll put book, and it's a free book you can get on YouTube. So I'll put the link to the YouTube audio.
All right. As I was saying, while I was working on myself and he was working on himself, that's when I saw your playlist, your self-love meditation playlist. I'm trying to think which first self-love meditation that I did. I believe it was your first self-love meditation that I did, like your first self-love video. I can't remember it because I know you have about 12 or 13 self-love playlists. I can't remember it right now, but that's when I first got started, you know, doing, you know, self-love. And I did it for like, you know, a couple of months, and, you know, I see, you know, everything, you know, started to change, you know, on me, especially, you know, within myself. I was like, okay, because I didn't get that concept, you know, at first either. When you first told me about it, I was like, okay, it does make a difference, because, you know, you see, you know, like people can see you like the new you, like you feel so confident, you know, secure, you know, things like that. And I even got emails from, you know, the guys from my past contact me, you know, on Facebook. I'm like, because I haven't heard from him, you know, in a while. I'm like, okay, why in the world did he contact me?
Yeah.
And that's when I saw that video of yours, Birds Before Land. I was like, okay, that makes sense.
Yeah.
That makes sense. So I saw that. I was like, okay, that do make sense. Because they I guess they see, you know, that I'm a, you know, changed person. I'm a confident, secure, you know, person and everything. So I was like, okay, that's fine. And you said it's let me know that whatever it is I desire, it's on its way. So that's when I thought about Anthony, you know, at the time, like, I know it in my heart that he will come back to me, because I know we have been through so much before. I know we can get, you know, through this again. And I know that, you know, at the time, he's working on himself, you know, to be a better man, you know, for me. And I'm working on being a better woman. And he first fell in love with, you know, for him. So in September of 2017, that's when we got in contact with each other again. You know, something had hit me just go ahead on and text him, to see how he doing. So I did that, and he texted me back unexpectedly. And then after like 2 minutes after I text him back and he texts me back, that's when he called me and he told me that he had to get a new phone because he didn't have a phone like for about 2 months or something. And he got him a new phone, and he thought that I was like worried that I didn't hear from him because he knows how I am. Yeah. And I was like, well, no, I wasn't, worried, at all. So, and he like, okay. And that's when he told me that he was going to come down and see me the end of September 2017, for my birthday, because my birthday is September 29th. And I was very surprised because I didn't ask him, when I could see him, anything, nothing like that. So he came on down in October 1st of 2017, 2 days after my birthday. That it was just that Sunday. And, of course, we spent time together, and that's when he finally told me that what type of ring that I have. And he said, it's one diamond. That's all he told me. It's one diamond, and he have it big enough, for my, ring finger. Yeah. So that's all he told me. He like, look, that's it. That's all I'm going to tell you. Like, I'm not going to tell you, nothing else. I'm like, okay, all right. That's fine. So we had a nice, day, us spending time together. And he told me that, he's really sorry that, that he's going to do better and everything. And, he's, things that he, had stuff going on, it's had been changing, for him as far as the new job and everything. And his daughter, is living with him now, permanently.
Okay.
Yeah. So I'm happy about that. And, excuse me, hold on. So
it's thirsty work, Monique, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. I keep drinking water. I'm like, oh my goodness. Every time I start, have a new thought. I'm like, hey, I got to drink water every single time. Anyway. Oh, God. Today's, been going great for Anthony and I. Things have been going good for me, especially, for our relationship. And I also look at your maintaining, a relationship meditation. So like we can both, maintain our relationship and, especially keep on improving myself. And, I've been doing, self-love meditations, every day. I always do it first before I do my other, meditation. So things, been going good. We haven't been arguing, ever since, I haven't been complaining about him, and I don't even contact him as much as I always do. I told myself, every month I'll contact him either 2 to 3 times a month, and instead of just every week, every month. Because I know that, he's busy, at work and other stuff going on. And also I'm giving him, a chance to contact me, like, okay, it's his turn,
So is he still living far away from you?
Yeah, he still lives in North Carolina.
About 3 to 4 hours away.
About 3 or 4 hours. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, and he be coming, down here, from time to time, whatever, he lets me know, that he's here. Yeah. And everything. And speaking of him coming to visit, he'll be coming here soon, next month, because his birthday is in May 4th. And he's still, he's a Taurus. Yeah. Yeah, I'm a Libra. He's a Taurus.
Yeah. Nice.
Yeah. And he's going to be down here next month in May. He still didn't tell me what exact day yet, but I know his birthday is, next month. But he told me he'll let me know soon. Because I had a text from him, I think it was Wednesday. Yeah, he takes me back on Wednesday. He says he's doing okay. He's at work, everything. And
so with all this going on, did you get your ring, or he's bringing it this time?
He's going to bring it this time. I just got to remind him, I'm like, I know you're eager to see me, but please don't forget my present. He's like, oh, okay.
Yeah, you've waited since 2015. So
yeah, no, I'm like, good gracious. I mean, it's okay to wait, but I want my ring.
I'd really like my ring, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, please send me a picture via email when you get it, okay?
Oh, yeah. Most definitely. I may go put it on, your Q&A, whatever you have your Q&As.
Yes.
I have it like, I got good news. So like, here it is.
And Monique, you know what's great? Because I saw in the thread of some YouTube I did yesterday, I saw people talking about, I've been doing this for 6 months and I'm not getting any results. And, I don't know whether to keep going. And I thought, 6 months? I won't tell you what I thought, because I won't be able to upload this if I swear. But I thought, it took me 3 years. And you are, again, saying, I wanted a ring. It's taken me 3 years, and I'm not saying that to discourage people, but what I'm saying it for is to encourage people. If it doesn't happen in 2 months or 6 months, you don't have to give up and collapse and throw your toys out of the buggy.
Right.
You know, like it really is. Some things take time, not because it takes time, but because you have time. It's taken you time to get yourself into an emotionally non-resistant receiving place.
Exactly. Yeah, so because I had no idea how long it's going to take. I just did what I had to do, to be, to improve myself.
Yeah.
Really.
Yeah. And you know what, Monique? I look back at the 3 years it took me, and I am extremely comfortable being on my own now. I'm extremely comfortable having, because I don't see my partner for 6 weeks when I go back to Australia. And you know what? Do I miss him? Yes. But can I just do my meditation. I mean, I do my meditation and stuff when I'm in London, but it's like I don't need to be around him. I love being around him, but I don't need it.
Right.
But I actually love hanging out just on my own, where I don't talk, I read, I listen to podcasts. And you do your stuff, then when you get together again, it's so great because you appreciate each other.
Yeah.
And you've got that going on too, so you understand. But
yes, I do. I do. I mean, I don't get me wrong. I love Anthony. I really do. But it's always good for me to have, really some me time, for myself. And, I'm no longer worried, that I'm not seeing him, and everything. I mean, don't get me wrong too. I miss him like crazy too.
Yeah.
So I just know, in my heart, I'm like, I'll see him. Yeah. Really, I will see him because I know that he'll let me know when he come down, and whatever I come up there to, North Carolina, I'll go up there to see him too. Either or. Yeah. And it's not just I manifest, my Pacific person. I have manifest, other things. Yes. Like, money. Yeah. For instance, what I did was every time I do my self-love meditations, I add, I am wealthy, add it on there. I am wealthy, or I write on my 10, gratitude lists, what I'm grateful for, that I'm so happy and grateful now that I have money, things like that. And it's just like money, just coming like everywhere, like bits by bit, Yeah. And I even manifest, my mom get money, every time she wins the lottery. Yeah. That's what I did. Yeah.
That's great. I
mean, because every time she tells me, she's like, I won the lottery. And half the time she don't be telling me how much that she won. She's like, I'm not gonna tell you, just know that I won.
Yeah.
And I even won money when I was at the casino. with my mom. I think it was a month ago.
Nice.
Yeah.
What, in the one of those?
Yeah, in the the slot, the slot machines, but they don't have that rail thing anymore. You press, the button,
Yeah.
to hit.
Yeah, that's right.
Right. Yeah, yeah.
I forgot I haven't been there for so long.
Yeah, well, it's been changed a whole lot, since you've been there. So I did that, and I'm like, okay, I want a couple of dollars, things like that. But hey, I still manifesting like I'm gonna give me more money now. And it sure will help me out a lot, as far as paying, my debt bills and everything, just get everything. So I know it's in my heart it's gonna happen, and I just keep doing what I'm doing, and the work never stopped. I'm telling y'all,
it doesn't.
Don't stop, please. Don't stop.
Don't stop. And if you're at 6 months, go. Who cares?
Yeah, it have been a year. I mean, who cares?
Who cares?
Just keep working on you. Just keep working on you, and if you want, I mean, just maybe take a month. Just work on you. Don't do other meditations. Just do a month, like just self-love. Only. Do what you got to do. Just keep working on you, and everything you manifest. What to desire. It will, fall into place.
But I want to say something about that, because people keep asking me, if I let go of doing all the specific person meditations and sending love to them and all that stuff, and I just do my self-love, will I still attract them? And the answer is yes, because you're going from feeling unloved to loved. If you do self-love and you let go of I'm unloved and you increase your I'm loved, of course, if you're feeling loved, you have to attract love. It's a magnet.
Right, exactly. And they feel like, I hear from people, especially from Q&A. Sometimes.
We hear
that, if I let go, that I'll be let go of my specific person, or I stop loving them. No. Even, Dan had that video, one of his videos, talk about, just because you let go, doesn't mean you stop loving them. And he's right.
Yeah.
He's right about that. No, it's not true. You're letting go of, detachment. You're letting go of the resistance and
the doubt, the worry,
the worry.
It doesn't happen.
It doesn't happen. The fear, things like that. And, if you have all of that and you're trying to manifest something, like money, specific person, it won't work.
Exactly.
It won't work. Yeah. And I'm not saying you have to be like 100% positive every day. No one can do that. I even can't do that. Longest
neither can I.
To me, long as I'm like at least about 80%, being positive, I'm good. I'm fine.
I remember Louise Hay in her 80s said in an interview, and she'd been doing affirmations, and she was the godmother of self-love and affirmation. She said she was getting to about 85%, and she'd been doing it for like 50 years.
Yeah, that's really incredible. That when I see her YouTube and sometimes I go on her website, look at stuff, and I'm like, wow, she's really good,
Yeah, and she just died. She just died not long ago.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, but she gave us a lot with the self-love.
Yeah, she really did. She's the queen of self-love. I even mentioned it about her on my podcast.
Cool.
Yeah, and I mentioned about you too.
Yeah, nice. Actually, while you mention it, let's talk a little bit about your podcast.
Yes.
I mean, I know what you're doing, but share it for the others.
Oh yeah, of course. My podcast is on, Podbean website. It lets people do their podcasts, online, and it's for free. So I decided to do it last Sunday. When I first started, it was before your Q&A. Yeah. That I've been, working on it really all night. So I got an idea, as far as helping people, their advice, other than law of attraction. I also want to help people, about life, teenagers, marriages, things like that, just really just give people words of wisdom.
Yeah.
Exactly. So that's what my podcast is all about. I want to give people, advice about self-esteem, law of attraction, life, in general, like, kids, just really anything, on there. So, because I've been wanting to do.
Are you interviewing them, Monique? Like, is it a one-on-one or?
Yeah, actually, I'm gonna do. Well, actually, someone is going to be joining me on the topic that I'm going to be talking about on my podcast this Saturday coming up. And if you tune in, I'm not going to tell you who it is yet. But and I also wanted to do interviews with people. Like I wanted to interview you, whatever you had time.
As soon as I get to my hot country of Australia, I'm more than happy to book in. And I should have stopped coughing by then, so it'll be. Yeah. Remind me after the 22nd. Remind me, and I'm happy to.
Okay. All right. That's fine. Yeah. That's cool. So
it's so good that what's so good, Monique, is that Tanvi's doing. She's got a blog, and Dee's.
Yeah, she told me. I saw it on there.
Yeah, so it's like there's quite a few of you that I have had a lot of contact with are sprouting. It's all kind of mushrooming out.
I know.
I love it. It's so good. It's so good.
Yeah, because even what's a Laha Moon?
Yes.
Did you should do a YouTube channel? I'm like, no, not right now. I really liking this podcast, for right now and everything. And I mean, it's cool. Great. I really like it because I've been wanting to do this for the long time. After I wrote my story about what happened to me in high school, I was, verbal abuse.
Yeah.
And it's on there. I told my story, one of my podcast episodes. You feel free to listen to it.
Cool. Actually, we can put the link to that down below too. We'll put you're going to give me links for the podcast and stuff, but if you want to give me a direct link to that podcast.
I wish I could.
One, if you've got it.
I don't have the direct link. But I'll give you the exact, link of my podcast, and it's on there. It's called My Verbal Abuse Story, dedication to all young girls, young men, and adults, because it happens in adults, also. We just don't know it.
Often in the workplace. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So I thought about, doing my own internet radio show, for the longest time. So that's when I got to reading more about people doing podcasts, and I was like, okay, this is really cool. So that's when I saw, Podbean, have that. So I decided to, just go ahead on and go for it. Yeah.
It's great.
Yeah. And half the people that I know, from the Q&A, they really love it. My podcast, everything.
Oh.
I just upload my new episode yesterday.
Yeah. How often are you doing it? Are you doing one a week or?
I try to do it, whatever I'm available, because, I'm still working. And I mean, I'm not doing this as a long time, career. It's another way for me to give back into the community.
Yeah. Good stuff. And it's a subject you're interested in. And
whatever subject, interested in, whatever it needs to be addressed, in my heart, I just go, and just talk about it.
Yeah. Unreal. I so love hearing all of you doing little bits and pieces. I get excited.
Yeah.
It's I've got a little nest and my hatchlings are blowing away,
I know.
I love it. I really love it.
Yeah. So y'all, please, come to my podcast episode. I'll post a link on here, and for those of y'all need my advice, my my help, I'll put my email address on there. They feel free to email me or send comments on either one of my podcast episodes, and things like that. Oh, I'm also want to do, Q&As also. And whatever question that anyone want to ask me, never know, I will post it on there on the podcast, and I will answer it, on there.
Cool. Yeah, Q&As are good because then the people really come forth with what they want to know rather than what you want to talk about. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, that's fabulous. I didn't know that about, I mean, I knew bits and pieces of your story because you've emailed me and we've had contact, but I didn't know the whole kind of thing about your mum's. Well, I knew about one of your mum's things that you mentioned, but I didn't know about the other one. So
right.
It was fantastic. It's really great to hear it kind of on a timeline.
Oh yeah, and because I even manifest my sister get that job promotion.
Oh, okay. Well, tell us a little bit about that.
Oh yeah. What I did. My sister, she applied for because she works for a health insurance company called Anthem. She's a case manager there, and her boss keep bugging her, that you need to apply for that position, the little higher level case manager position. So she did that, and I really didn't tell her anything. I just wrote that. Actually, I typed it, of my gratitude, saying that I'm so happy and grateful now that my sister got the job promotion, at Anthem. So about a week or 2 weeks after she applied it, she had, the interview with them. And then they called her they emailed her when she was at work. Tell her, on the IM, instant messaging, that she got the job. She got the promotion. So she really happy, but she was so excited. I remember she came home. She's so excited. She's like, I got the promotion. I was like, great. I said,
and you didn't.
I said to myself, thank you, Jesus. Nope, I didn't tell her either. I mean, I told her I prayed on it. But knowing that it was a lot of attraction.
What did you imagine for her?
I really didn't imagine anything. I just, know in my heart that she's going to get it. And I just wrote it, like almost every day. I typed it every day, like in my gratitude list.
So you kind of practiced journaling and the law of assumption.
Right.
Nice.
That's what I did.
I love hearing when, because I get that question a lot. Oh, did you tell your specific person what you did to manifest him? And I was like, no.
No. I didn't even tell him about this interview. I didn't even tell him about that. I'm like, no.
That is my world.
Yeah, that's right. Unless he knows about law of attraction or he read something about it,
exactly.
we could talk about it. But if he don't know it, like, no.
I know. People say to me, oh, what do you do? Like, I said, look, I do one thing. I'm just in my pod.
Right.
And I just do my thing. I meditate, visualize,
right, exactly.
imagine, journal, affirm, do my weights,
Yeah.
It's like you just...
Yeah, that's what I did. I mean, like I said, I do my self-love, meditations, along with other meditations that I do. And I'm out there walking, because I walk like 2 to 3 times a week, try to keep my weight down and stuff.
Yeah.
And I just, say self-love affirmations, I am worthy. I said it out loud. I didn't care, no one hears, if anyone hears me, I didn't care. So
actually, Monique, I've got a friend of mine who I do the law of attraction with, and I've known her for over 25 years. And we were talking about weight. And she said to me, her grandson, and he's this really skinny little kid. He's about 4 or 5. He looked at her and he said, because she's his grandmother. He said, "I'm too skinny. I need to eat." And I remember we were talking about this, saying that's the affirmation of someone who is skinny. So if you're overweight, or you feel like you're overweight and you want to lose weight, you've got to have that kind of thinking that little kid had. And I'll never forget it, because sometimes I'm in the kitchen and I think of his little voice saying, "I'm too skinny. I need to eat."
Yeah, that's the part I don't want to be skinny. I don't want to look like a damn toothpick. I don't want to do that. I mean, I like, the toning, of my body.
Yeah.
Really. I just working on just keeping my little tone down. I don't want like overweight, but I'm just, trying to tone myself. Yeah, just like in the middle,
Yeah.
Because these big thighs and big legs of mine, they ain't going nowhere. So it's not going nowhere at all. So I like it. So, and like I said, I got work on my stomach. I'm good for it.
Yeah.
But my stomach, it's going down, just a tad bit. But I know
send love to the stomach.
Yeah. So love to the stomach. Because I even saw Louise Hay's
Love Your Body.
I think it was called Love Your Body one. Yeah. From one of her books. She had like an audio book on her YouTube channel, and I listened to that, where she says I love it's where she said, I love this, I love your neck, I love the, your thighs and your stomach, things like that. I was like, wow, this is really cool. That's, what she's doing,
Yeah, because so often we go, I hate my stomach, or my bum's too big.
Right. Or I like my cellulite, things like that. You're like, I guess you just let people know, love your body, love everything. Love your body.
Actually, there's a really, really, really good Abraham Hicks called Love Your Body, and it's done by Sass Mix. I subscribe to her. I'm actually going to put the link down to that because it's one of the best Love Your Body YouTubes I've ever.
Oh, okay.
So I'll put that down. Check it out.
That's really good.
Brilliant. Yeah. Monique, good interview.
Thank you.
Woohoo!
Woo! Yes.
Love it. We've been talking for an hour. God, it goes fast, doesn't it?
I know, right? That's all the time. I'm like, wow, we really did this for an hour.
Yeah.
It's always go back quick sometime.
It's an hour well spent, hey.
Right.
It's an hour well spent. Well, do you want to say anything else before we wrap it up?
Well, I just want to give, a little bit of advice, everyone, for those of y'all still manifest your specific person, just anything, just don't give up.
Yeah.
Don't give up.
Yeah.
I know it's really hard. Trust me, I've been there, done that. Just don't give up. I mean, if you need someone to talk to, you can talk to, they can talk to you. And I got my own podcast. Y'all can talk to me, email me,
Yeah. And
Martina. Martina, that's my girl. You could email her too. You can email both of us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're like, it's funny because both of you come to the Q&As. So it's
I know.
And the thing is, there's so many people that need help, I get over 50 emails a day. I cannot keep up. It's too much for me. So it's wonderful that there's so many people that their self-love is now really good, and they can they can pay it forward.
Right. Exactly. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. That's what it's all about.
Yeah. They can hit me up on Hangout, Google Hangout. Okay. I'll be on there too.
Cool. Mm-hmm. I've got people emailing me on there, but I don't actually hop in there. I don't really use it. Yeah, so don't contact me on Google Hangouts. People stalk me on Messenger though, and it's like, here's my email. I want to contact. My Messenger and my WhatsApp is for my private use, and people are always trying to piggyback on me there. Oh. Little buggers.
Oh, girl, it's a lot out there.
Yeah.
It's a lot out there.
All right. Well, we're going to sign off. Monique, stay on the line because you and I are going to talk secret business.
All righty. I'm ready.
Thank you, everybody. Hope you enjoyed the YouTube. I was about to say podcast. Hope you enjoyed the YouTube. And, we'll put all the details down below so you can get a hold of Monique.
Yeah.
Okay.
Feel free to hit me up whenever y'all get a chance.
Beautiful. Thanks, Monique.
You're welcome.
Hang on. Where am I going?